When the temperatures dip down below freezing, it has to be hard for our bird friends to find food and water. So here are 9 great things you can do to help the birds and wildlife survive over the cold winter. This is going to be numbers 1 and 2 because they go hand in hand together. I have a water heater to give the birds a water source during the cold months so the water doesn't freeze. But you also have to keep the bird bath clean. So once a week I like to clean this out, and I just take out the heater, rinse some water around. I like to remove any ice that is formed in the bird bath and then just refill it with the clean water. I live in Pennsylvania, and this winter has been really harsh with dipping temperatures below 0 every day. So it's so important that these guys have some fresh water to drink. And I guarantee as soon as I put this back and leave the area, the birds will be flocking to this bird bath to get some water. And it'll make you so happy when these birds come and get the drinks of water because it has to be so hard. Moving on to numbers 3 and 4. We'll do these together too because they go hand in hand. And that's to feed your birds as well as clean the feeders. I like to feed my birds in the winters a hearty nut mix with black sunflower seeds and some fruit. I find I get so many varieties of birds and squirrels with this mixture, and it gives them a lot of energy that they need so much in the wintertime. I also clean the bird feeders once a week as well because sometimes they get frozen closed or they get some gunk on it, and I just kind of brush them off and clean them up so the birds can easily access their food. We've had a lot of snow and ice this year, so I do have to come out regularly to check the feeders. I also like to have different feeders available so they can eat from different areas. This one I'm going to put some peanuts and also that seed mixture. I know a lot of the blue jays and the squirrels really enjoy these shelled peanuts. They're going to be so happy when they see this. Moving on to number 5 is create a brush pile for your birds. We've been putting our miscellaneous sticks and branches and leaves back here on the side of our property in the hedgerow, and it's become a little bird habitat, and it's also a shelter for them. So in the cold months they have this as shelter, and I leave some food out at the entrance of this area. This area has become a dense, safe spot that they can get into to get out of the wind and also keep them safe from predators. Number 6, wait to cut your flower gardens and your vegetable gardens down until spring if you can. There's lots of flowers and plants that have seeds and natural food that your birds can get over the winter from these plants. Here's some butterfly bushes, and they have like little tiny seeds in them that the birds can get. So this is a great extra source of energy for your feathered friends over the winter. Number 7 is put a suet feeder up. You can buy these blocks of suet. They just are squares of fat and seeds and fruit, and they just go in these square containers, and you can hang them outside for the birds to come and get their feed. It's a great source of energy for the birds. I like to group all my bird feeders and the watering station in one general area, so it's easier for me to come and feed them and change everything out, and it's also easier for the birds to find all of their food and water source in one location. Moving on to number 8 is put up some birdhouses. Now the birds usually use these houses during the springtime to lay their eggs, but when the temperatures are very cold and the conditions are harsh, they will definitely use these as shelters to protect themselves from the wind and snow. And moving on to number 9 is if you have the ability, you can create some natural windbreaks for the birds, such as pine trees or holly trees. These make great locations for the birds to have protection against the wind and the elements. So I just fed and watered the birds. I changed everything out, and within a matter of minutes, as soon as I left the area, the birds were out in full force. They're so hungry and so thirsty, and they appreciate all of us taking care of them, at least helping them out over the winter months. It's so rewarding to see a beautiful living creature like this able to survive because maybe we're helping them out to do that. The blue jays and squirrels are munching on the nuts. Here's a blue jay getting a drink of water, and I literally just fed these guys, minutes ago, and it's just a bustling area of activity, and it makes me so happy to do this. So I hope you found some enjoyment and some good tips to help keep your birds and little critters safe and not have to struggle so hard during the winter months. Thank you so much for watching, and if you love bird and wildlife videos, feel free to subscribe. I put weekly videos out. Have a great day, everyone.